Hey people, I'm going to make this really short. I told you in that last movie that I was going to read these 3 chapters incomplete and make another movie on it. And that's Genesis 30, 31, and 32. And I was in 30 and I got down here to the birth of Joseph. And it says, who is Car? Who is Car? And then this starts with A, so it reads backwards. Melia. Who is Carmelia to? And the text says read this backwards and forwards, so it's Laurel. Who is Carmelia to Laurel? And so Carmelia is of Hebrew origin, and it means the garden orchard. The garden orchard is your fruit-bearing trees. And so they interpret this as and remembered God. So when you go out into the garden orchard, the fruit-bearing trees should remind you of God, who is Carmelia to Laurel. So the fruit-bearing tree of laurel. And so in the laurels there's about 2,500, 2,800 species. But in the noblest of the laurels, in the king of the laurels, is the bay, which is an evergreen, which is dioecious, unisexual, meaning the male and female flowers grow on separate plants. And so this is supposed to remind you of God, that he made them male and female. And that's here, who Zachar. And you see that on the 6th day of creatures on land in Genesis 1. He created them male and female. What to Zachar, when Fave, F-V-E, when Fava, Barum too. What to Zachar, when Fava, Barum too. What to the male, when favor, when the female does you a favor, when Fava, to Barum to give you children. So in this family of laurels comes this Lauraceae, the true laurel. It's the huge family, mainly in warm, temperate, and tropical regions, especially Southeast Asia and South America. Many aromatic evergreen trees or shrubs, but some such as sassafras. This is what we make sassafras tea out of. You Yankees might know it as root beer. It's traditional medicine, and it was an early export from North America, early as 1609. And there was a story of a bunch of settlers who tried to move west and got caught in the snow in the mountains. And that's all they had to eat was the sassafras, and every part of the plant is edible. And when they found them, they were very lively and vigorous. And so they determined that if you made your baby's crib out of sassafras wood, there wouldn't be no infant death syndrome, no SIDS. It would cure that. So they were exporting ships full of sassafras trees, where they believed that the ship couldn't even sink if it had enough sassafras on it. And so all the old ships, they reeked of the smell of root beer. And we use it much in the South to thicken soups and gumbos. We call it gumbo filet. And some people even put it on the table. And so it is banned in the United States for use in commercially mass-produced food and drugs by the FDA. They never want you to have any free miracle drugs. It's potential carcinogen. No proof at all is what that means, potential. But many Lauraceae contain high concentrations of essential oils, some which are valued for spices and perfumes. The avocado, avocado means to fall. That's of a fall, that's when they're ready, as in fall. It's the cinnamon, the camphor. And a laurel in a horseshoe-shaped wreath is a symbol of triumph in classic Western culture, originating in the Greek mythology. Laurel, Israel, his role, the Lars is his rule. That's Jacob. His name was changed to Israel, or to Lars, his rule. Lars meaning from the city of Laurentum, laurel. Lars meaning crowned with laurel. So crowned with laurel mean you fought and won. And that comes up later in chapter 35, where Jacob fought with the angel and won. And for since your name is now Israel, backwards, Lars, L-A-R-S, Lars, his rule, his role, from Lars, his role for winning the fight with the angel. So that was Genesis 30:22. If you want to look at that, who's Carmelia to Laurel. And this story is give much insight to where our language comes from. It explains a lot of words in this story. But I'm going to go on and finish reading these chapters and get back to some more of this on Stonehenge.
Don't forget, hooty hoot, hooty hoot. I won't forget.
Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.